You can usually find Mr. Drew and his animals too in Lewiston, but every once in a while he stops into the 207 studio with some of his friends. Should we call them his friends?
His friends, I think that's a good friend.
And he's here today with us, and you've already got some of them out. What do we have today?
Well, we have right here Vietnamese walking sticks, or stick bugs, and these are what we call an androgynous species, and they're all females. They self-reproduce on their own, so these are not allowed to be kept in Maine without permits and stuff. And yeah, they self-reproduce. Where in Maine we have the northern walking stick, which has a male and a female. So these are all females. They self-reproduce, and I've had this collection of walking sticks because they only live about 6, 7, 8 months. I've had it going for over 15 years, maybe almost 20. They just reproduce, die, grow back, babies come, and so I go through cycles where I have big ones and then I have cycles where I have small ones, and we've just always had these. I think I had them from when I was in Connecticut originally, and they blend in perfect with their natural environment. I mean, they're easy to see on my hand, but we walk by them all the time in the Maine woods, and unless it's on the side of someone's home or someplace obvious, you really never notice them. They tend to eat plants. That's what they do. These guys are an agricultural pest.
Now, are they just saying hello to each other? What's going on here?
No, they're just kind of hanging out, and it's because they're so close to each other.
Are these antennae?
The antennae are very small.
Oh,
These long ones are legs. So the ones that they're waving are legs, and they're
Look, it's waving to you, Rob.
yeah.
Hello.
And if you I'm gonna take one off. I'm gonna take one off for you. If you feel the back right on the top by the head. Oh, that one's climbing on you. Got him.
Oh, whoops.
If you feel right up here,
Yeah.
it feels just like a stick.
Yes, it does.
Oh my God, you're touching
And
it.
yeah, if you hold them, they're very gentle animals. Now, a lot of people mistake them with praying mantis, and they're not related to praying mantis.
Do not let this thing out of your
And some
hand.
of the biggest insects in the world are walking sticks. The biggest one actually goes from the tip of my finger to my elbow. And there was one
comforting.
they just rediscovered called the Lord Howe Island walking stick. They thought it was extinct because of rats and because of humans that came to the islands in the 1800s. And they rediscovered them, and they worked very hard to reproduce them, to introduce them back to their native habitat.
Wow.
I am totally intrigued. I think these are fascinating, but let's move on.
Yeah.
Got some
Right.
other creatures for us as well.
Those.
Oh my gosh.
See, and even Sam kind of came around there.
Oh, yeah, you're the brave one. I'm not touching
Okay,
those.
so these guys here. Now, I'm going to start with this little guy here. This one is a bearded dragon. These guys are very common. A lot of people get these, and this is the #1 animal I get in sick. Because, again, people talk about how easy they are without going into all the details of properly learning about them. And this one is sick. This is a juvenile. It has metabolic bone disease, and it is a young one. But I wanted to show one that looks similar. And these were more popular in the 1990s, but they kind of faded out because of importation laws back when nobody was really breeding them. These now, the bearded dragons are all captive bred. This is a look-alike. And you can see it's got a little more color to it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And this one here is almost full grown. And this is called the painted agama. It's from Israel, where this one's from Australia. So they look almost identical, and other than the coloration. And these guys here used to be very popular, but these now took over as popularity because we don't really export any in the wild, and there's very few breeders in the United States. So the person who ended up giving this one to me, its colors were very dull at the time. It was young, and it wasn't being kept in proper condition, so they thought it was a female bearded dragon. And then they realized, as they started taking better care of it, the colors perked up. And all of a sudden they realized, oh, wait a minute, this is not a bearded dragon. So again, and it's also important to learn the laws because this is legal in Maine, this one is not. And so permits are required to have this one, even though it looks the same, care is the same. I mean, everything is about the same on these guys.
You've got one more for us. So these are interesting. I like these, but
They're cute.
as usual,
He's like, I don't want to go in.
we always like to end on a strong note.
All right.
Scare the two of us out of our pants.
I'm seeing movement back there, so I don't. I'm
And
concerned.
When he comes in with the cloth bag and there's just a writhing going on in the material, we always know we're in for something a little bit out of the ordinary.
This one here, there we go. This is a Pueblan milk snake. And this guy here, we have milk snakes in Maine. We have 7 species of snakes, not one of them is dangerous. And the eastern milk snake, the one we have in Maine, can eat about 4,500 ticks in a season.
Wow.
They're
Oh
very
my
beneficial.
gosh.
Snakes are not bad. Now this one here was never really handled, so it's very active, but it's not aggressive. This one comes from a different part of the world. It comes down from Mexico area. And this snake here mimics the coral snake, which is a venomous snake. These colors help protect it. So there's a saying, red touches black, venom lack. Red touches yellow, kills a fellow. And that's what this is. It mimics it perfectly, but it's not dangerous. But that saying is also not 100% correct. So, if you don't know what it is, exactly. If you don't know what it is, it's best to leave it alone. But in Maine, again, we have no dangerous snakes, and he feels incredibly soft. If you feel the skin,
super
and
smooth.
stuff. Yeah, he's very
Oh, my
smooth.
goodness.
And these make pretty decent pets. This is about full grown. And if you handle them a lot, they actually calm down nicely. But this one here, like I said, is fairly new for us, and so he's getting used to being handled.
Very curious. Now, it almost looks like he has a silver snout, but
Yeah, that
let's
can
just
vary per snake, color markings and stuff.
Oh, he is cool.
As always, these animals aren't native to Maine. They aren't necessarily the best pets. They really need the right person to take care of them. That's what Mr. Drew is all about. Thanks for coming in. As always,
you
we
for having
appreciate
me.
it. We've got more information on Mr. Drew and his animals, too, that you'll find in the 207 section of our website. Stick around. We're going to be back right after this.